Just earlier today, I found out about a movement that evidently has been around for a while on YouTube. But those of you who know me know that I've had my YouTube account since 2009, but only started really using it this past June or July or something. So I wasn't really aware of this little gathering that these guys have until earlier today. So I want to talk about it because I spent all afternoon kind of reviewing some videos and visiting some other blog posts that had similar information up on them about this particular mindset. And what I'm talking about is something that these guys are calling true forced loneliness. And what the essence of that is that they are lonely, alone, sad, depressed, and horny, and it's women's fault for rejecting them. That's the basic fundamental belief system at work. So these guys, and as you go through and you look at their videos, these are some of the sorriest looking, most uneducated, can't talk, funny looking, misbuilt, just reject dudes you'd ever want to see in your life. But they aren't looking at that. They're not taking any responsibility for the fact that they're not well groomed. They haven't done much to improve their physical appearance. They dress funny. One of the little guys, at least in school, and actually I didn't think he was too bad looking, but his attitude was just so negative. So that's, and they all had the same negative attitude, and they don't seem to understand that when you approach a woman, she's not looking to be dragged down mentally and emotionally by your Eeyore type persona. And so, of course, she's going to reject you. She don't want to be bothered with you because you're depressed and you're a drag. And, in the dating world, it's basically you got to put your best foot forward if you want to get any points. These guys have some serious deficits, and they're unwilling to accept their responsibility in having the deficits. They want to blame them on women because they're that egotistical. So it can't be their fault that they're fat, that they're out of shape, that they're 4 foot tall, that they're misbuilt, their head looks funny, all this stuff. It can't be that's making women reject them. It's the fact that that they're not thugs and they're not ballers and all this stuff. Now, one of these little dudes, he kept referring, he was talking about, men getting bitches. You all get these bitches and everybody get bitches, and every other word out of his mouth is bitches. Keep in mind that these guys are stupid enough to show their face on camera. Okay, so any woman who lives in their vicinity and who sees their face, right? Okay, then she's hearing him calling women bitches, and she's hearing this anger and this rage come from his lips. And then he goes out in public and he thinks that he's going to talk to a woman who's probably seen his video, okay? And she's going to think about the horrible things that he said and his horrible attitude about women. Please explain to me why he thinks that she's going to want to go out with him. That makes no sense. That's just retarded. And, I could see if they were hiding behind a screen or something like, Wizard of Oz. But these fools are showing their face and just talking like just regular. And that's not going to inspire any woman to want to be with them. But the main reason I wanted to make this video is because what I noticed was an overwhelming air of depressing negativity. These guys are so negative. Some of them seem like they have, and actually a few of them actually admitted that they have autism or, they're high functioning Asperger's, sufferers or whatever the word might be. So they have some problems, relating to people in a way that would be considered normal. Okay. I know that's not their fault. I'm not saying that they're to blame for that. What I am saying, though, is don't you understand how much of an impediment that is going to be for you to try to get into a relationship with a woman who doesn't have those afflictions? She's not going to want to be bothered with you, especially since it's so obvious. Why would she want to have children with you, knowing the likelihood that they're going to come out exactly all kind of fucked up like you are? I mean, for real, you don't get that. You don't understand that. You need to be, these dudes, I'm telling you, they need to be in some kind of therapy or something so they can get real with themselves and understand the whole balance in dating. In dating, you got to get in where you fit in. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, you looking all fat, you got moves and shit, your ass sits in the house, you don't really know how to interact with people socially, you can't dance, you don't know anything about wines or music or art or anything like that, you never go anywhere, you never do anything, and yet you feel like you are entitled to have the woman of your dreams, because all through their little posts and videos and whatnot, they kept referencing, pretty and friendly women. Okay, the pretty and friendly women are going to get with dudes that have money and have personalities and who offer them something. They're not going to give their prettiness away to you. You don't rate. You're too low on the food chain. And that's something I thought was just amazing. I'm like looking at these guys and I'm thinking, why in the world do you think you deserve a beautiful woman? You overreaching. You looking for somebody in the 8, 9, 10 range and your ass is a 2. Get real with yourself. You need to settle for a woman in the 3 range, and she might pay some attention to you. But if you're constantly overreaching, of course you're going to get rejected. You're looking at the top, the women who are at the top of the pyramid here. Those are women that are going to go to the alpha dudes. They're not going to go with you ever, never, never. And if you keep on reaching for that type of woman, you're going to constantly be rejected. Your feelings are going to constantly be hurt because you need to stay in your envelope. Everybody's got somebody who matches with them, and you going too far. You overreaching. So, I don't know, their expectations are just way too high. But anyway, so let me go down this list I made as I went through these videos. I made a list of the kind of comments that they were making and my observations, and I wanted to share them with you because this movement is also part of that men going their own way trash. There's like this whole element of guys who are so livid, so angry at women, that one of them actually said that he would be happy to see a woman. Let me see, where did I write that down? Because I thought it was just so bizarre. Oh, here it is. He says he will enjoy it when these women are beaten, raped, sodomized, and killed. Okay? What? Hello? Who do you think want to date you? You really tripping. And they really think that nobody is going to see this rage that's just under the surface. Women are very sensitive emotionally. That's why we can tell what's wrong with a baby just by the way it cries. So you think that she's not going to identify what's going on in your mind and get like, this chill down her spine and not want anything to do with you? You're doing that to yourself. You're creating a situation where women are going to reject you because you're all fucked up in the head. You need to get some couch time and deal with that. But these guys have an amazing sense of entitlement. For some reason, they don't think that, they feel like, well, I know I'm fat, and I know I'm broke, and I know I don't have a car, and I know I live with my mama, but, that shouldn't matter. The fuck it shouldn't. You dealing with women who are, looking for a husband. They're looking for somebody who can provide, someone who can take care of the nest and the children that are in it. Just like any animal in any animal in the whole animal kingdom of every animal in this world, every life form, every female looks for a male who is going to help her protect her young. You aren't qualified. You don't have shit. And then you get mad because the woman doesn't want you because you don't have shit. Why should she want you when there's 10 other men chasing after her who do have those things? You're not qualified to be with her. Understand where you are and accept it. Do something instead of getting mad at her. Do something to better yourself so that you become a qualified candidate. See, that's what I wasn't seeing. There was a lot of whining, there was a lot of crying, and there was a lot of, just lip poking out, pouting and stuff like that. But they weren't getting the fact that they weren't really what women were looking for when they wanted to merge their DNA with someone else and to have a family and to have a future. You're not it. You don't qualify. Now there was one guy I read, he said he does. I mean, he makes like, well, this was even some time ago. He's making $80,000 a year there. He at that time. He has his own house. He has a car, but he's only 4'9". He's not good looking. He has a big nose and he's bald. And he says, even with my economic situation, I have never been able to attract a woman to love and fall in love and marry me. I'm smart and articulate, but nothing seems to help. How are you going to convince me that my loneliness is a figment of my imagination and that I'm doing everything wrong? Okay, I have an answer for him. No one's saying that you're doing anything wrong, except for the fact that you're probably overreaching. If you're only 4'9", you need to join like one of those dating sites where they, have people who, what they call little people, and date one of those women. I mean, you know what I mean? You gotta get in where you fit in. And you sitting up there, you thinking you're gonna be dating Angelina Jolie or something because you got a house and a car and an $80,000 a year job. Dude, that's not gonna happen. That's out your league. Alternatively, since you're very small, you might go to a foreign country and find an equally small woman. Asian women tend to be, pretty petite, and maybe you'll find somebody who's more, closer to your height. She'll probably be about 5 feet tall, but that, that's close enough. And she might be more interested in you, but you're not gonna get with no 5'7" woman who's looking for a man that's taller than her and think that she's gonna, want to be with you. And especially if she's beautiful, they seem to all want somebody who's beautiful, and then they keep using this word friendly. And I don't know, that seems to be some kind of euphemism for something. I really wasn't sure what that exactly means. I'm assuming that means friendly, like, as far as giving them sex goes, but I could be wrong. So no one told me that. That's just what I was guessing because I kept seeing that term used over and over and over and over again. And then they whine a lot, and then again, like I said, if you have these videos, these dudes are showing their face, and any woman who's on YouTube a lot and, may see them would know what kind of whining little bitch made punk they are. And this guy is like, women today are unfriendly. They're cold as ice. They're colder than ice. They're unfriendly. They're unkind. They're unapproachable. They're remote, aloof, disconnected, disinterested, disassociated, and distorted. A rating of 0 isn't low enough to rate them. Oh my God. He's just really all up in his feelings. The quality of women here in the United States sucks. Finding a woman today who is both friendly and pretty is like searching for gold inside a sewer. Not one woman has the decency nor the kindness to spend just one day out of a damn year to date me. That's pathetic. It's a sad commentary on women and a sad commentary on human nature and a sad commentary on society. But when a poor lonely guy can't even find one single decent friendly woman out of thousands and millions of women in this country, that illustrates how horribly women have degenerated. Okay, so he's blaming his failure with women on women. He's saying that because women have degenerated, that's why they don't want them. No, women don't want you because you suck. That's why you suck ass, and women don't want you. I mean, it's really just really amazing to me how the egos here, they refuse to accept any responsibility for their failures and their lackings and the fact that they don't measure up to what women want. And instead of trying to fix themselves, there's a lot of resentment about what women want and how women should just want them as they are. Well, it's like this. When you have a busted pipe in your house, okay, and your neighbor comes over and says, well, you should just let me fix it because I'm your neighbor and I want to fix it and you should just let me fix it. Okay, but you looking at them like, motherfucker, you don't have no qualifications to fix my pipes. You are not, you ain't licensed. You don't have no insurance. You don't even have no tools. So why would I let you in my house to fix my pipes? It's the same principle. You're not qualified to be her man. She don't want you. And you don't have any right to complain about it either. Stop being a little bitch. Oh my God, the whining is just so unbelievable. And that shit is a turnoff. Men who whine, that is like little girls, that is just such a fucking turn on. That makes every pussy juice you ever had in your entire life dry up. And so, I just think like these guys should use these opportunities to improve themselves instead of complaining about what women want that they're not, And so then I'm reading on. And so there was a guy was complaining. He said, women are the cause of men's involuntary celibacy on a large scale. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that they feel like because they're celibate is your fault because you won't give them any pussy. Motherfucker, that's what they have hoe houses for. Go and pay your money and handle your business. No woman is obligated to fuck you just because your ass is horny. You know what I mean? And so it's like this sense of entitlement, like, because I'm horny and I'm lonely, you're supposed to give me what I want. That's the basic attitude that I kept hearing. And I was just amazed. And there's like thousands of them with this mentality. It's like, who makes men? Whoever makes men in that, whatever that factory is they come out of, that shit needs to be shut down because it's just spitting out like hella defects. And you know what I mean? There needs to be like a recall. So then, it seems like, they're married, they're angry that women ignore them. This guy's like, well, I approach all these women and they always reject me. And one time I was talking to a woman, I tried to talk to her and she just turned around and walked off. And, that was disrespectful. Okay, why was that disrespectful? Did she ask you to talk to her? Did she invite you to talk to her? It's only disrespectful if someone invites you to do something and then they clown you. If you interject yourself into her life, she owes you not a goddamn thing. Not a hello, not a goodbye, nothing. She's on her way doing what the fuck she was doing, and you interrupted her, so she just kept it moving. Okay, that's not disrespectful. She don't owe you shit. So the fact that you tie that to respect and some kind of thing that you feel like she owes you, motherfucker, get a reality check. You tripping. She don't owe you shit, and neither does any other woman. So, I heard that and I was like, wow, this is kind of amazing. So then I was reading on and, looking and listening to these videos and whatnot. And then I heard this one dude say, well, the women, basically his attitude is that women being selective is, quote, unfair to men. Women are detached from how men are feeling. Women are selfish, cold, and distant. Okay. So women are detached from how men are feeling. Women are not detached from how men are feeling. They're only detached from how you feel because you don't mean shit to them. You're unimportant. She doesn't know you. She don't give a fuck about you. You about as have as much importance in her life as a rock. So why you think your feelings should be important to random women who don't even know you is some egotistical, sociopathic mind fucking thing going on there. You tripping. And I'm telling y'all, the more I listened to this stuff, the more disturbed I got at the mental state of these men. And the majority of them, of course, were black, and that I listened to anyway. And it just kind of left me speechless at the mindset of the low level of thinking and the retardation and the sense of entitlement that these guys had. Okay, then one of them, he went on and on. Well, he was on a rant. He was practically foaming at the mouth. He's like, women have more privileges than men, that women have the world at our feet, that everything in the world caters to females, not to men. And he was ranting about, why do we have to make her happy? Why do we have to please her? Why do we have to ask her out? Why do we have to take her on a date and feed her fat ass? And why do we have to drive her lazy ass around in our car? And all she has to offer is her vagina and it smells. That's what he said. But then he turned around and said, with this kind of sense of longing in his voice, it was really weird to listen to, that he would like to have a girlfriend and he thinks about having a wife and a family. Okay, but what you said in part A and what you said in part B totally do not match. You, dude, have some mental problems, because if you want a woman, then you have to give a woman what she needs. You seem to resent the fact that you have to do that, but you claim you keep wanting one. It's just like going fishing. Okay, you want to catch some fish, right? You don't resent the fish because it wants a worm. So why are you trying to resent women because they want something? See, I don't understand the mindset of men. You want a fish. You get the hook, you get the bait, you put your fishing gear on, you get up early in the morning, you drive your car out to the country, you go through all these chains, you get your fishing license, you invest all this money and all this time to, pack your little lunch, you do everything, right? You sit your ass down on some rocky shores or put your little chair out there and throw your line in the water and you use the bait that you think the fish wants. If the fish doesn't bite, then you pull the line in, you rebait the hook, and you throw it out again, and you keep doing that until you get a bite. And then that's how you catch a fish. So it's the same thing with women. So why these guys think that they, cannot give the women the bait that women want to bite and then still get a fish? It's like, what the fuck? You tripping. Your logic, your mind is all kind of fucked up. You're not thinking right. And to think that women have more privileges, dude, you are drunk. When's the last time your ass got abducted and put into sex slavery? When's the last time you got, some man got killed because he left a woman? You know what I mean? It's like your rights to what you do with your body haven't been threatened by the government. I mean, this is just ridiculous. The thinking that they do. Your bathroom hasn't been invaded by men dressed in drag. Your locker rooms haven't been invaded. So, I mean, I don't understand what they're talking about. He's thinking that women have more privileges. Where do we have these privileges? We're fighting to keep the shit that we got. And it's like, we don't have any privileges. Men have everything. Men run everything. So I thought that was stupid. And then this one, he says, society is built on hating men for no reason. Where they do that at? I don't know where this came from. That's not just was formed in his head. And then he says, women only do something for you if it's to her benefit. Okay, that's the way it is all around the world. Why should somebody do something for you that doesn't benefit them? Why should they do that? I mean, people do that like for, charity agencies and nonprofits and stuff, I suppose. But if you're talking about an adult woman who chooses to do something for a man that she doesn't really, not really involved in or with or whatever, why should she do something for you? What's in it for her? I mean, that's the way the world works. So, don't get mad at her. That's the way that everything works. You do something for me, I do something for you. It's called bartering, trade, etc. You go to a job, you work for the boss, you get a paycheck. Okay? I mean, that's the way the world works. So why are you tripping? So then he says, that this just true forced loneliness forces you to be alone because women won't talk to you. And I'm wondering why they think women should talk to them. I mean, what is it about you that would make a woman want to talk to you? Are you funny? Are you witty? Are you exciting? Do you have interesting things to talk about? Are you positive? Are you energetic? Are you in some kind of organization or club where you guys have something in common? I mean, why is it that you think that she should talk to you? Just because you want to talk to her? That's not good enough. You have to have more to offer than that. You have to have something that's going to set you apart from other dudes that makes her, say, oh, kind of like, oh, and then want to talk to you. But if you just regular and you come up there all dry with your sad Eeyore attitude, she's not going to want to talk to you. I think one of the things that these guys don't really understand is that they don't deserve to have a woman just because you were born and you just breathing air and walking around the planet. Women aren't like an item you go buy at the store or a prize that you get for just existing. That's not the way that it works. We're human beings. We got our own lives, our own goals, our own jobs, our own money, our own feelings, our own thoughts, our own opinions, values, everything. We're separate from you. If you want us to come to you and merge our life with yours, there has to be a reason for us to do that. If you aren't offering that reason, if you aren't able to attract a woman by giving her what she wants, then you're just going to be lonely and desperate the rest of your life. I don't know what to tell you. That's just how it is. I mean, don't you remember the phrase, you get more flies with honey than vinegar? Y'all are full of vinegar. Nobody wants you. And that's why. I mean, put some sweeten up your attitude and sweeten up your words about women. You got videos all over YouTube with your face on it, with you calling women bitches and hoes and whores and all this kind of sluts and all this kind of stuff. Please tell me where you think that's going to help you get a girlfriend. How is that going to help you? You need to take that shit down and you need to grow the fuck up and stop tripping. All this whining and shit, that shit is so bitchy. It's like, no woman, unless she's gay, she don't want to date another woman. And the way that you guys are acting, you acting very female. It's just mangina-ish. It's just disgusting to watch and to see. And to think that a woman, is wrong because she wants the man to have something to offer her. It's like from ancient times, families picked a spouse for their daughters who was going to offer her something, who was going to be at a level that they felt this guy could maintain their daughter at the lifestyle level at which they did. Okay, that's why princesses married princes or kings. And The people who were shop owners, their daughters married other shop owners or land owners or whatever, some lords or whatever. I mean, if they could get their daughter a come up, it was all better. But they at least went to somebody who had as much to offer as the girl's father did to the mother. The girl's lifestyle was not subjected to change or to be demeaned in any way based on merit. They were looking for someone who was going to bring something positive to their daughter's life. Please explain to me why you think your broke, no car having, living in your mother's basement ass should qualify to have a woman. When women, we're kicking it down and putting it down ourselves these days. Why do you think that she should give all that up to be with you? I don't know. I just really think that they don't understand, you looking at these women and this true force loneliness thing, you blaming women for the fact that you're a failure with women. And I understand that men view their view of manhood is very often based on their ability to attract a woman. I understand that. And I get it. However, you guys whining about it versus doing something about it. And you say, well, I've done this, and I keep trying. Okay, but you're doing the same thing over and over. Do something different. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at a lot of them's appearance and they just look real shabby. Fix yourself up. Go to the gym. Get you some weights and a weight bench at your house if you don't have no gym money. A jump rope, a pull-up bar, and some dumbbells and maybe a kettlebell or something. I mean, you could do wonders at home. And if you need a workout routine, just ask me. I used to be a personal trainer. I can give you a workout that will kick your ass and give you some muscles within 6 weeks. But it's like, there's no reason for you to look like that. There's no reason to look like Jabba the Hutt sitting on your computer mad because no woman want to fuck you, stinky, funky, fat ass. Get real with yourself and look in the mirror and see what you are offering women. It's not what they want, and you can't force her to want you. It just, no matter how angry you get, it's not going to change anything. Only you have the power to change your life. Only you have the power. There's more women than there are men. So there's no reason for you not to have a woman if you really want one. You just have to figure out where you fit in and then adjust your body, your mindset, your wallet, and your, clothing or whatever. Put on your nicest clothes and make a woman a nice presentation so that she can see what kind of guy you really are. I don't know. You just can't be spouting off this stuff and exposing your mental illness and thinking that that's going to work and that a woman that you call pretty and friendly is going to want to be with you. It just doesn't work like that. And I just want women to understand, what's going on. You need to stay choosy with the men that you're dealing with. If you get any kind of warning bells about a guy that he makes you feel uncomfortable, he feels, you get this icky feeling, and you know what I'm talking about because we've all felt it, then stay away from him because he has problems. And these guys, some of them, I can imagine, they've been lonely for so long. There could be some problems, even if you did get with them, with all this pent up sexual frustration and anger. Those are the kind of guys that tend to do some very violent sexual acts, real freaky stuff that you're not comfortable with or that actually hurts you. Or they become, if you just date them for a minute just to check them out and see what's going on, they're so excited about the fact that they finally got a date, they become a fucking stalker. So, if you try to leave them because they just feel like you're their last chance of happiness, and it becomes a very dangerous situation for you. So be very careful out here, ladies. There's so much going on. I can't even, I can barely keep up with the shit myself, and this is my business. And I just wanted to let you know about this. Watch out for these dudes. True forced loneliness. If you don't believe me, do a search on YouTube or a Google search, and you can see some of the videos yourself and hear the anger and the rage that comes from these men's mouths and the hateful things that they have to say about women, and then you will understand what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm not going to link to none of them because I'm not trying to give them no publicity. But you know, just do the search on your own, pick one and listen away. Anyway, my name is Deborah Cooper. Survivingdating.com is the blog where you can find more of my writing. My books are on Amazon.com. I want to thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you guys again soon in a day or two. Bye-bye.